Hey everybody, it's Mary with Stamps-N-Lingers, and it is Saturday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, which means it is time for a video tutorial. So let me do a quick refresh over here to be sure that I am actually transmitilating and that I am actually in the right group. Okay, there I am. Yay! It looks like I'm up, and that is a very, very good thing. Okay, so let me raise that up so I can see when y'all join. Give me a shout when you get on so that I know that you're here. Okay, so here is the card that I gave you the sneak peek of this morning. You probably recognize it. Hey, Rosie. Hi, Shirley. Hi, Karen. Appreciate you joining. This one uses the awesome Biggest Wish stamp set, and you can see what I've done here is I've just overlapped the sentiments. What I love about this stamp set is that there's really quite a few combinations that you could do the same exact sentiment layout with, right? Hey, Vicky. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Faith. Hi, Debbie. Hi, everybody. I appreciate y'all joining so very much. Hi, Holly and Linda. And I hope you've had a great weekend so far. It's been pretty quiet here. Actually, I made sourdough bread today, so I'm feeling pretty good about myself. I'm not gonna lie. All right, so I loved this so much. I really, really, really like this layout. And because of my Stamparatus, it was so easy that I just made two. I just whipped two right out. It's all using your Peach DSP, but just different DSP designs. But still, the Pale Papaya and Balmy Blue are the same. And then on the inside, I did two different ways. All right, on this one, I just used Balmy Blue for the whole sentiment. This sentiment is from the Cool In Your Words stamp set. Now that's the one you can get right now during celebration with a 300 plus order, your own individual order, or I can give you a host code and you can get a few of your friends together and run that shop up to $300 and then you can get this free. And then y'all can use the sentiments. On the second one, I used the same exact stamp set, but this time using my Stamparatus again, I colored the word fantabulistic, which is an awesome word, by the way, with my Balmy Blue Stampin' Right marker, and then I used the Pale Papaya Stampin' Right marker for the rest of the sentiment. So you can get two different looks, same sentiment. How many of you like this card? Give me a thumbs up if you like this card, this design, okay? And of course, they both use the stitched triangle. So I'm going to teach you something that I think is accurate. If it's not and you're a geometry major, just shake your head despairingly. So these are right triangles, right? These, I believe these are equilateral triangles, and then I believe these are isosceles triangles. So you are going to use the largest of the right triangle dies. Okay, so you guys are loving this card. I am so happy to hear that because we're not making it tonight. So I'm just going to set that aside. I have something completely different except totally the same. All right, and I'm doing this because I know that a lot of you are, because it is August and you know that you're going to wake up and it's going to be Christmas Eve. I know you are making your Christmas cards. So we're going to use this exact same design, but we're going to make a Christmas card. And to do that, I'm going to use the Heartfelt Wishes stamp set. And I'm going to use some Gingerbread DSP. Now, let me tell you what, the Gingerbread DSP, y'all give me a thumbs up. I'm going to do this two ways. Okay, give me a thumbs up if you like 6x6 DSP. Thumbs up if you like 6x6 DSP. I'm getting some, okay, I like it too. Good, very good. Well, 6x6 DSP is perfect for this design because one sheet of your Gingerbread and Peppermints paper will make a card front and an envelope flap. Okay, so one sheet per card. And then you've got some basic cardstock colors and a couple of embellishments and you're ready to go. Okay, so let me show you how to do this. Now, straight up, I don't even have a sample done. So I'm winging it a little bit. But what I've got is I've got the makings for two cards, and they both use some of that Gingerbread and Peppermint DSP. They both use an early espresso card base, and they both use basic white and cinnamon cider for the mats. Okay, so everything is the same for both cards, and I'm even going to use the same colors of sentiments. Okay. So I'm going to show you how I did this, and I've got it all set up, but I'm going to take it apart just to show you how to create your card front, okay? Oh, I'm sorry, Claudia. Sorry. Okay, Hopefully you'll be able to watch the replay. Okay, so I have my card front. Remember I told you I've used the 2 largest triangles in the stitched triangles dies, the right triangles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my piece of basic white and I'm sticking it right out here. I've got my grid paper. Remember I mentioned that we have small grid paper? Well, this is the small grid paper in my Stamparatus. And I'm just lining the edge up right there with the edge of that ruler line. Then I'm going to take those 2 pieces of DSP that I've already cut and I'm going to dry fit them, just like that. And I'm going to put a magnet. And then I'm going to dry fit the second one. This is where the Stamparatus is just going to shine and shine and shine. Okay, does this have to be perfect? No. Should it be pretty close? Yes. Okay, so close but not perfect, and you'll be ready to go. Now, remember I've mentioned grid paper. What we want to do when you're using a cling stamp in particular is you want to do a pre-stamp, right? I've already done that because I don't want to get it inky again because that'll just make me annoyed. But what I did is I stamped this on my grid paper to be sure that if it looked straight to me, that when I picked it up, the stamped image was also straight. And that depends on how good a job they did engraving it and how good a job you did putting the sticker on. So this one works fine, and so does And Heartfelt Wishes, which is the second part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this on my card front where I want it, just like that. And I'm going to pick it up with my acrylic plate, and then I'm going to, all right, yes, of course I'll be singing on the retreat. Okay, so I'm going to use my Real Red. I'm using a combination of Real Red and Old Olive. And how did I pick those colors? Because those colors, along with Cinnamon Cider and Early Espresso, are the colors in the Gingerbread and Peppermints DSP. Okay, so let me put this back where it goes. Now, I did do one little dry test ahead of time, and I will tell you what, with these little narrow strips right here, it's very, very, very easy to get a halo. How do I know this? Because I got a halo. And I got a halo. So you really want to let the Stamparatus do the work, which means just put the stamp down. Don't press it very hard. Just put it down. If you need to come back and do it again, it's very easy to do because you have it in the Stamparatus. Okay? And I have a halo there, and you know what? I'm going to totally leave it because it'll be fine. But I am going to take my little rag and get that off. I got a little bit jiggy with the ink, no doubt. Okay. All right, so that looks good to me. Now I'm going to, here comes the beauty of the Stamparatus. I'm going to flip my acrylic plate over so that I can leave that in place, right? This is what makes it great for making multiples. Hey, Jenny. My second sentiment, I've already done my pre-test on my grid, so I know that if it's straight, it's going to stamp straight. I'm just going to place it where I want it on my card front, like that. And once again, pick it up. And then I'm going to ink this with Old Olive, okay? And I'll do it a couple of times if I need to get what I want. And there we go. Now what's great is I can just pick this up just like this, which I'm going to do right now because I'm going to make two at once. I'm going to pick this up and set it aside and do the same with my second version, which is right here. And I've picked a different DSP, same DSP, different design. And we'll put it right back in the exact same spot it was. I will put my triangles back, like so. And then we can get ready to roll. Now, truthfully, you don't need to really do this. You don't need to put these triangles in place, do you? Because they're going to go in the same spot on this card front that they went on the first one. But it's just kind of showing you the point. This time I'm going to go crazy. And I'm going to use the second sentiment first so that I don't have to flip again. But I can do that because it's my Stamparatus. Okay. Like so. Give it a flip. And some real red. Yes, ma'am. You're going to want this one. It is a great tool. The Stamparatus is a great tool. And I'm going to do one more just to make it prettier. Like so. And I've got another halo. I've decided I like the halo. It looks like a flourish. So in Mary's world, it's now a flourish. Capiche? Capiche. Okay, so now we'll pick this up and assemble this, and then I will show you the innards. You thought I was already crazy? What? What? Okay, so I'm going to let this set for a second. Now see, because I've already got that, I could come back with 6 or 7 more pieces of cardstock and knock out the card fronts just like that, and then put them all together when I'm ready. Okay, so I'm going to use some Stampin' Seal. Where did you go, Stampin' Seal? Oh, Stampin' Seal, where did you go? I do not know where you go. Okay, well, I can't find it, so I'm going to use my liquid glue. Okay. Okay, I'm going to adhere this to my cinnamon cider card front, or mat. Like that. And then I'm going to pop these triangles. I know, Alicia, right? Hey, Sherry, appreciate you joining. The Stamparatus, you know, the ability to do the hinge stepping, the fact that there are 2 acrylic plates, I'm going to show you why that's so cool for making multiple cards in particular, especially when they're all, you know, just saying when they're all the same, that's like the same as multiple. So, you know, that was the Department of Redundancy department. And I put those on there because I don't know why, because I'm a dork. Because I was yakking. Because I meant to be putting them on here, see? But now I've got them already on my card front because I am just that ahead of the game. Let's pretend I meant to do that. And we'll get these popped it on. I like this because, you know, everybody wants to be able to make multiple cards. You know, most people send the same Christmas card out, right? You go buy a box for $15 or $20 and it's a printed picture on the front of your piece of some kind of cardstock or another. Okay, remember, I'm just going to line that right up like so. And we'll do it again on this piece. There you go, Rosie. I'm a dork. Yes, I'm a dork. I'm a dorky one, Mr. Grinch. See, I've already got Christmas stuff in my head. My goodness. And we haven't even had Halloween yet, let alone Thanksgiving. Let alone Thanksgiving. Where was I? We were at Sam's the other day, and they had Halloween stuff and Christmas wrapping paper. So they're kind of covering all the bases all at once. All right, and we'll stick this other little guy down here in this corner. Like so. And then I'm going to take a wonderful gem and put it on my card de front. And I'm putting it right there, like that. All right, and now I'll put the second one together. Maybe I can remember to put the dimensionals on the right place. But see, I mean, you could even use this one. You could even use that design. I love it because that means you can use you really could use the entire DSP pack. Get all of your Christmas cards. That's a lot of Christmas cards. There's 48 sheets in a pack, right? That's a lot of Christmas cards. I don't care who you are, that's a lot of Christmas cards. Alrighty. And then I'll show you. I had an idea for the innards, and I'll see what you think about it. All right, let's go ahead and put this on the mat first. I don't know where my seal went. I don't have a seal, like a art seal. I meant my Stampin' seal. I don't know where it got to. Okay. So on the other one, remember I put my gem here? I'm going to put the gem here on this one. I'm going to cover this one up, but I'm owning the other one like I meant for it to be there. See? There you go. Peaceful Cabin, favorite bundle. Yeah, it's a very beautiful one. I think if you're going to make a bunch, you want them to be relatively straightforward, right? Okay. Now I want to show you something on the sample card. When you're doing this, you see this DSP, it has an up and a down, right? If you put these on like that, I think it would look like you put those on upside down. So when you're cutting your triangles, if you have an obvious direction on your DSP, think through the cuts for your diagonal. It's the same dies, but you have to reverse them to make this design, right? Especially if you have an up and a down. So that was just, you know, a little free tip right there. I'm not going to tell you how I know that, but I think you know. All right. Washed and dressed, take dogs for a walk. All right, Jenny, have a good one. Enjoy your walk. Hope you have a good weather for it. All right, we'll just put this in place. And then I'll put on put him right there like that. Now you'll never know I made a mistake. Of course, these people aren't going to know I made a mistake either, because I'm not going to put a sticky note in that goes, this shouldn't be here, pretend it's not there. They'll never know, I promise. I just totally. These are reverse tweezers. They're from EK Tools. I actually have another one here. This is how the package looks. Get them right on it, Amazon. It's pouring horses and cows there. That would not be a good walking thing. Okay, so I'm going to put this aside, and let's make it inside, and I want to show you. So I've still got this acrylic plate in place. I'm going to use my second acrylic plate, and I'm going to use 2 sentiments because I thought they would be fun. So the front says Merry Christmas and Heartfelt Wishes, and I'm going to make from our family to you and yours like that on my inner liner. Okay, and I have already checked these. They do run straight, so we'll be fine. And because I'm gonna put one of these gems between the 2 sentiments, so I'm gonna do the sentiments in Old Olive so that my real red gems don't just disappear. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that's lined up straight and get a good, I'm going to line it up centered like so. I'm trying to line across like that. It looks pretty good. And then I'm going to come down and I'm going to pick it up with the top, my top acrylic plate like that. Okay, let's see how we do. That's exactly right, Judy. If they watch the video, they'll be like, oh my God, she sent me a card that she made a mistake on. Oh my God. Okay. So I'm doing like that. Yep, I would say that's straight. It might be a little off, so just tilt your head just a little bit, but I think it's fine. Okay. So we'll pull this out and do our second one. So you can imagine how quick it would be to make all of these. Once you get it set up, like anything, the setup is what takes a second, but once you get it, you've got it. Once you get it, you've got it. Hi, Anne. Appreciate you joining. There we go. Little Old Olive sentiments. And then we're going to take these out And I'll just leave these on in case I need them later. I don't know. I could. We don't know. I might just sit here and make 100. Well, I don't have 100. I've got 48's worth of DSP. And then I'm just going to center this and put it right there like that. What do you guys think? Was this a good inside? I don't know. I was just making it up as I go right now. Yep, I like it. I do like it. I think it looks great. She says modestly, yes. Ha! Aw, Antoinette, that's very sweet. I don't think New Jersey's going to have to evacuate. Amy, are you going to have to evacuate? Is Amy here? Karen, are you guys having to evacuate? You're up in that area. You having any problems? I think it's going north of you, isn't it? Thanks, Faith. Appreciate it. And I understand that, Judy. It's very hard this time of year because everybody's pulling out all the stops. Just remember what looks really good as a one. If you were going to make a bunch of them, you got to, got to think that through. What could you really make a whole bunch of them of? That's how I kind of always have to think of it. And most of my cards, I'm not going to lie, that would be hard to make a bunch of them, but not this one. Okay, and then I'm going to put this in my early espresso card base. Just a regular old tent card base. Like so. Yeah, flooding is really kind of the big deal usually, right? That's the one you have to be the most careful about for the most part. Down there at sea level. All right. Yes, good. Amy, glad to hear that. Yes, you are right, Brooke. It would be a great card for a class with some newer stampers in it because it would really show how wonderful having a positioner is and how wonderful it is to have a positioner that really, really does an awesome job. All right, so we're just putting those in the innards. And this is exactly how I would do this if I was making a bunch of them. I would stamp the fronts, stamp the insides, because now I've got all of my stamps set up on my Stamparatus. Then I would probably die cut all of my triangles. Might have my kid die cut my triangles if I had such a thing. And then I would adhere them all and get everything matted up and assemble it all at once. All right, so then we'll use some more dimensionals. Oh look, I've already put them on that one. See, it was like I was thinking ahead instead of just being a dork. Let's pretend I planned to do that, because I can pretend anything I want. You don't know that I didn't mean to do that. If I hadn't said I did it because I'm a dork, you wouldn't know. Alrighty, here we go. And then I'm going to remind you what I did on the sample card envelope. Finn has not learned how to die cut yet, which is probably really good. Amy, losing power. You know, the bad part about losing power is I'll bet even with the storm it's still hot and humid, and so hopefully you will not lose power and thus your air conditioner. Or did Lance get you a whole house generator that you can keep your cool? So you can keep your cool. Get it? All right. And you know what? Because I covered up that boo-boo there, I'm going to balance this out a little bit. It looks a little unbalanced to me. So I'm going to take a couple of these and put them like that. All right. When all else fails, get more embellishments, just saying. And there's no such thing as too many sparkles at Christmas, right? I mean, good Lord. Everybody knows sparkles and Christmas go together like chicken and rice, like biscuits and gravy, like bacon and eggs, like waffles and maple syrup. And I'm out of likes. Okay, here we go. Just like so. And there are our two cards. Now I'm going to make my envelope. Let me show you what I did on the envelope for the... I took another set Another combination of sentiments from Biggest Wishes. Love that stamp set, I really do. I stamped Hello in Pale Papaya and Friend in Balmy Blue. And it was really easy. I didn't even use the Stamparatus for that. It's a photopolymer set, so it was easy to see and easy to do. This one, what I thought I might try, and I'm not sure, we'll see. I think I'm going to use, what do you guys think? Cheers or Sending Love? What do you think? Cheers or Sending Love? I think I'm going to go with Cheers because a little smaller, a little less chance for me to bork that up. And then I think I'm going to use Real Red. Now again, I haven't tested this one, so I want to test it and see how straight I am. Yeah, perfect. So I'll put this on the front of my 2 envelopes. And I'm not gonna rock. Okay, and where's my other envelope? Here we go. Worst thing about it is losing to freezer. Yes, indeed. Yes, because I can routinely forget that it's out, and then I open the fridge and freezer, and my husband's like, "Meow, meow, don't open the freezer. What are you trying to do?" Okay, so there we go. Don't be afraid to put a sentiment on the front of your envelope. Who says you can't? Okay, maybe the post office, but I've never had them even sort of complain. Cheers is good. I like it. 2 backup batteries. Good job there, Rebecca. We were out. We had 1 year here, several years back, where we had a big snowstorm. I don't know if it was the snowpocalypse, if it was that one, or if it was a different time. But we were out of power for like 3 or 4 days. And on day 2.5, Wayne brought his big welder in to the right outside the house, and we hooked it up. It has a generator function, so he put that out so that we could at least keep things cold. And he ran a cord through the house, down the basement stairs to the basement to run the well pump. I think that's right. And actually what he did is he ran it downstairs and he wired up to the house so that we would actually have some electricity. It was, maybe don't try this at home, but that's kind of how he rolls. So he knows how to do all that stuff. So I only was a little afraid at night when we went to sleep. 2 weeks after a tornado. Yes, hang on just a second, Karen. I will certainly show you that. Karen asked if I would show how to put the dies on the DSP. Let me get this on so that I have 2 completed cards when I get out of this end. I'm going to put that on the other way. Okay. And give that its last little quick fussy cut. So what do you guys think? Do you like this design? I really, really like how this came together. I don't know whether I like it more as a non-Christmas card or as a Christmas card, but boy, you could sure get a bunch of cards in your stash real quick if you needed them. All right, so there we go. And the envelope flap, of course, matches the card front. All right, so there's that. Hope you like that. Now let me show you. Where's my? Oh, there, I found my Stampin' seal. Okay, so here is a 6x6 piece of the DSP. And here is the large right triangle. So what you're going to do is you're just going to cut 1 triangle here, and then you'll turn it and cut another triangle here. And particularly with this design, it isn't really a thing. Let me see if I can find the piece that I took the other. No, it has disappeared. If you have a directional DSP, you may not be able to get everything the right orientation and get an envelope flap. But if you do this one, where it doesn't matter what the orientation of the triangle is, then you're going to get your 2 triangles here, and then your envelope flap will fit with this piece that's left over. Remember, you need about a 2.5 inch by 6 inch piece of DSP in order to make your envelope flap. So one of these 6x6s will make one of the card fronts. If you need to do a directional one, you're probably going to need a bigger than 6x6 sheet of paper to get that all in. Make sense, everybody? Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate y'all spending a part of your weekend with me, and I hope you've liked it, and I hope to see some Christmas cards made with this design. Y'all have a great one. Have a great rest of your weekend, and hopefully I will see you next Thursday at 1 o'clock for my YouTube video. Thank you so much, you guys. Bye-bye.